I was able to visit Epic Universe during Universal's team member preview, and I'm going to share all the fun, new, cool tech that they use. This is really cool. We're going to talk about everything from LED walls to projectors to flying dragons. You're going to have to stick around to find out about that. I will say when I went, it was in technical rehearsal, meaning not everything was fully set and fully done, and they were still working out some kinks, so some things that I wanted to see were not working that day. Let's start off with the one that is the most in-your-face, LED walls. They use LED walls in some really fun and creative ways, especially mainly in their portals. When you walk into the park, you walk through a bunch of different portals to go into each world, and in these portals they use curved LED walls. Now these walls are completely exposed, at least when I went. I'm hoping that'll change because that's absolutely terrifying to have an LED wall completely exposed to the elements, to an audience, to random people and kids touching it, because that can just cause a bunch of dead pixels, which you will have to replace in order for it to continue to work. And when I was there, I saw a couple of dead pixels, and it was very interesting to see that was a choice that they made. But they use the LED walls in such a cool way that they are actually ginormous. As you walk through them, it's like completely over your head and all around you, and you're able to feel like you're actually being immersed and transitioned into the new world. Each one is different for each portal, and it's really fun to see their different uses. Now, if you saw my LED walls video, then you know that LED walls can be used for a wide variety of things, and I think this is such a fun and cool way to use them. Now, one of my favorite parts of LED walls was they used a half sphere on top of Dark Universe, and it looked so cool. If you were able to get close enough, you could see the tiny little squares that they used to make up the circle, and it's really pretty. In my opinion, it was so fun to see. I haven't seen like a sphere LED wall. Okay, well, maybe besides the sphere, but in a smaller portion. It was really nice to see, and it did match the curved wall that was in the portal, so that was really fun. They also use LED walls to make things look further than they are, to give it dimension. If you go to Harry Potter Ministry of Magic and you go into the ride, in the queue there is a part where they use LED walls to make it look further than it is and to add some animations and some cool movement, so it makes the room feel bigger and you're able to feel more immersed, and I think that's such a fun way to use it. Now let's talk about projectors. They did not skip out on projection. I feel like everywhere I turned I was able to see a projector in use, whether it was in a queue or part of a show or just for fun. I feel like they turned any blank wall into a fun, immersive piece of tech. Again, going back to Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, in the queue you were able to see this giant projector that actually made it look like a curtain was moving when it really wasn't. That was just the projector. And if you look up, you can actually see a projector in use in the ceiling, so it looked like the sky was moving. It was really cool. There were projectors everywhere, and they were used in some really cool, unique ways that I wouldn't have thought of. Now let's talk about lights. They use lights in such a great way, not only to show off some of their structures and make the worlds feel very immersive, but they also use it in such a fun, playful way. If you look at the portal leaving the park at night, it is so fun. You see the lights just dancing around, movement, colors, so good, so fun. In Celestial Park, they definitely used a lot of lights to make it feel very space-like, very celestial. It was so fun. There were lights on the ground, there were lights in the grass, there were lights everywhere. And when you went into each land, they definitely used lights in different ways. Like Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, they lit up Paris. In Isle of Berk, they made the lights more natural looking, so you were able to still see the structures that they built but not notice the lights too much. In Super Nintendo World, it was just lit up, so fun, so playful. And in Dark Universe, they kept it dark but still emphasized certain things. So fun. In Celestial Park, they actually painted their lights gold, which was really fun to see as someone who knows and loves lights. It was really nice to see them a fun new color, and I thought the gold was beautiful and perfect and matched the theme so well. Speaking of each world, they definitely used music and sound in such such a fun way. As you walk into the park in the main portal, you can hear the heartbeat, which was so fun. And honestly, I did not know about that, so that was a little jarring at first. I was like, oh my god, am I gonna die? But no, it's just the heartbeat, which is so fun. They hide speakers everywhere, so you definitely feel like you're in each world. In Isle of Berk, they used fun, beautiful music from the movies. In Dark Universe, it was dark and mysterious. In Super Nintendo World, it definitely felt like you were in the video game. And honestly, I'm a bit of an old curmudgeon, and I thought it was a little too loud. It actually gave me a headache, but it was very fun and really immersive. You could not forget that you were in Super Nintendo World. I feel like they did a good job hiding the speakers everywhere. It's kind of hard to find if you're not looking for them, and it really does just add to the theming, the immersiveness, the world. Now, they did love their fog. I will say for some of the roller coasters, you could just see fog everywhere. Especially in Dark Universe, they love their fog, which actually makes a lot of sense because it is dark and mysterious. But the fog is actually mist, which is perfect for the hot Floridian summer. It's really nice and refreshing. They had a great use of animatronics all throughout the park. The one that I can think of the most is Isle of Berk. They had dragons everywhere, kind of. And if they didn't use animatronics, they had puppets, and the puppeteers did an amazing job making it look so fluid and as lifelike as a dragon could be. They actually have some really cool tech where you were able to interact with Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, and it's reactive to how you touch Toothless. It's really cool. Something you definitely want to do. They had 2 shows as far as I am aware. They had one in Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, and they had one in Isle of Berk, and they did use a lot of projectors in it. They used lights and sound, obviously. They are more theatrical shows. And I will say, when I saw the one in Isle of Berk, the Untrainable Dragon, I believe it's called, there were a couple things not working. They had to stop the show a couple times. Again, it is technical rehearsal, so it's completely understandable. Good to work out the kinks now in front of the team members and their friends instead of in front of the guests. So some of the elements of the show I was not able to experience, but I heard were really cool. And I will say I love a good theater show at a theme park because it's so fun. It's a nice break. Just sit down, take a break, and enjoy this fun, immersive experience. It was really cool. Again, projectors everywhere and a lot of fog. And in the Harry Potter one, there was actually, I believe, LED wall usage in it, which was very interesting and cool, and something you're gonna have to definitely check out. Now let's talk about the big fountain in Celestial Park. I thought this was so pretty. They did such a good job just having the show go on all day. Beautiful lights at night. It's such a fun addition to the park that a lot of people may not have thought of when creating a park, especially a big water feature where there could just be, you know, room for guests to walk around. I thought it added a really nice, elegant touch and such a fun thing. So fun. I love it. Now, when you go through the different queues in the different parts of the park, it is very immersive. Even in the restaurants, the ones that I was able to go into, like Toadstool Cafe, they actually have like screens everywhere. In the lines, I've seen a lot of projector use, a lot of lights and sound use. Even just set design within the line, you're able to feel very immersed in the world and the ride itself, which I thought was a great touch. Now, pyro, they only used it once as far as I could tell, and when I went, it actually was not working, which was so sad. I love pyro. But here's what it would actually look like, and I think it's such a fun, cool way to use pyro in a safe way. They definitely didn't overdo it. They actually use this really cool facial ID technology where they scan your face as you go into the park and after you scan your ticket. And on the rides where you actually need to put your bags away, like it's a roller coaster and you're not allowed to have anything loose on you, they have lockers in the lines. And in order to get a locker, you just scan your face, one pops open, you put your stuff in, you go on the ride, and as you come off the ride, you go to the back of the locker because it's double-sided. You scan your face again, and it'll pop open the back of the same locker you put your stuff in. And I think that is a very innovative and cool way to do lockers, especially on rides. So you don't have to buy a locker and have it the whole time. You're able to just put your stuff in the minute you need to and take it out the minute you're done. And using facial ID is so smart, especially if you forget numbers very easily, so you don't have to carry a key. It makes a lot of sense, and it's such a fun, innovative, cool, new tech, new way to do things. I think it makes a lot of sense, especially for a brand new theme park. Real quick, I needed to add a couple things. First, as I was walking around Isle of Berk at night, I saw these really cute lights that had little coverings of dragons that are from the movies on it, and I thought that was a really cute, nice, simple touch that they added. Second, Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, the ride in that land honestly is the best in terms of most immersive queue experience. You've got fog, you've got lights, you've got gobos in the lights, you've got a fun, gigantic hall with projection mapping, music, LED walls, everything you could possibly ask for an immersive experience in waiting for something. Super cool. Now real quick, here are some of my favorite lights in Celestial Park. Thank you very much. I just wanted to show them to you. And the last thing I wanted to say was this park is so interactive within their different lands. If you're not in a ride, you can enjoy the theming of it, but also if you're in Harry Potter, you can use your wand to interact with different parts of the world, like with different stores, different things on the walls, just things everywhere you're able to interact with. As well in Isle of Berk, you're able to interact with the dragons, and there's dragon shows, there's puppeteers, there's animatronics, there's even things that you can make fly. And in Super Nintendo World, you're able to power up and be part of the video game and, you know, get your hands on everything. It's so cool how hands-on this park really is. Okay, that's all I wanted to add. So now let's talk about the dragons. I know you were definitely waiting for this one, which is totally fair, completely understandable. It is confirmed that they will be using drone-like dragon things. Basically, they're gonna have dragons flying in the air. You've seen some of the leaked clips of the testing, and it is confirmed on the website that you might see some dragons flying in the air. There were none when I went, and I believe they're gonna use it during special events and certain holidays, and it's only gonna fly, from my understanding, backstage, so it won't be flying over any guest's head, so if there's any issues, it won't hurt anyone. Hopefully. Now I think this is really cool and something that we haven't seen before, and if they're able to pull it off and actually do it, these flying dragon drones will be so cool, and other parks and other experiences are gonna follow suit because they can see that it can be done, and if it's done correctly then it'll be so cool, incredible, fantastic, beautiful, amazing, all the words. Now leave me a comment and let me know which part of this tech at Epic Universe was your favorite. Now there's a ton more tech within the park that I wasn't able to see or that I completely missed in general, but as far as I'm aware, that's basically all the tech that is used in Epic Universe. So if you're interested in entertainment technology and production, feel free to subscribe. It's free, it's easy, and you can see fun, new, cool videos from me. Wouldn't that be great? I hope you stick around. Thanks for watching.